It's time for Cats Talk Wednesday. Small town and big city joined forces. Vinny Hardy of Lynch, Kentucky, and Terry Brown of Louisville, Kentucky, team up to give you free-flowing, laid-back sports talk. Focus on Kentucky Wildcats, as well as pertinent information in the NBA, NFL, and Major League Baseball.
Coming in here for a quick episode of Cats Talk Wednesday. My name is Vinny Hardy. Got Terry TB Brown. You see him to start the week on Round of Shots. You see him here doing his thing. Got a book coming out next year called How to Craft the Perfect Viral Tweet. Y'all definitely want to get your hands on that. And Amazon and wherever you get your books, bookstores, and you want to read that, folks. You want to read it.
Yeah, last time I checked that, my latest one was at 99,000 likes with a bunch of things. And for those who don't know, follow me, T_Brown_80. All I did, that Bowen Yang was on SNL, and he left. And he got a farewell, like in-skit farewell with Cher and Ariana Grande, which was nice, right? He'd been on for 7 years, blah, 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 blah. All I said was, I'm not hating. It's just weird who does and doesn't get a send-off on SNL. It's just fascinating to me, the ones that get to say goodbye and the ones that don't. That's all I'm saying, but people are arguing in the comments and everything. I ain't hating. Like, people are like, oh, you don't like him? That ain't what I said. I'm just saying SNL, because I'm an SNL guy, right? I love the different iterations of SNL, how they transition from the original Chevy Chase group, and then Eddie comes to save the day, and then it dips again, and then Phil Hartman and Dana Carvey I love that kind of stuff. The people that try out and don't make it, which is always fascinating. Kevin Hart didn't make it. There's a ton of people that tried out and didn't make it.
Wow.
Just the creative process. I love that kind of stuff. It sounds crazy, all the stuff they got to do. Anyway, all I'm saying is some people get a big send-off. Some people don't. Chris Parnell got fired 3 times. Norm Macdonald got fired 1 year. Then he was invited to come host the next. Adam Sandler and Chris Farley got shown the door with nothing.
Okay.
And so that's all I'm saying is, I'm not saying he's bad. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying that it's weird who gets to say goodbye, who doesn't. That's all I was saying. I sent it off Sunday morning, and like I said, the way I got my settings, I don't really see responses. And all of a sudden, I saw 2 mutuals going back and forth. I'm like, what tweet are they talking about? Why am I in this? Oh, 6,000 likes in like an hour or so. I was like, oh, okay, all right. And so it's just been ongoing. This might be tweet number 2 this might be number 2 overall. This might be my second one to get over 100,000. So we'll see.
So this is gonna be second to the marriage tweet.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Because my dad, the story about my dad, which I love, that one got into NFL circles because Kyle Long's son and a couple of NFL folks responded to that, talking about my dad. That was like 70-something thousand. I've had a few. I don't know. I have to look it up, but I think this might be maybe the third or fourth 100,000, maybe. And it's never the ones. This is the thing. It's never the ones that I sit and craft. It's never the ones like, oh, this is witty. Like, it's usually just pew pew. That was the thing about the engagement tweet.
Yeah. People
think, oh, you didn't. No, that was the second tweet I sent out about us getting engaged. The first one I was like, she said yes, and everybody, not everybody, but a couple of hundred people. Oh, congrats, blah, blah. And then we went, ordered a pizza, had to wait for the pizza, and I did the SpongeBob meme, and that's the one that got almost 600,000 likes. That was the one. I couldn't tell you how it got started. I don't really know. I wish I could write a book, but don't try too hard, kids. That's the lesson. Anyway.
Yeah, because I just learned a lot about SNL now because I'm extremely casual, and I'm not even really familiar with this dude that got the farewell. I mean, he's been on there 7 years, and I don't even really know that much about him. But so, did you
Yeah,
even like Mad TV? I used to like that. I mean, I know
yeah,
you're an SNL
yes,
guy. Are you an
yeah.
SNL purist, or do you like? Did
Well,
you?
and that's the thing too, right? Is I think there's a lane for sketch comedy. People tend to enjoy that, but uh, SNL needed In Living Color and needed Mad TV to really push them out of the doldrums.
Mm,
You know, the downside to Mad TV and In Living Color was they were taped and not done live, so they couldn't quite be as topical as SNL. Like SNL could
mm,
have something could happen Saturday morning, and you could see it in a sketch, that night.
mm-hmm.
So that was the difference. But yeah, Mad TV had a roster of stars, monster stars. Uh, People I really really like. Christopher McDonald was there forever and ever. Man, I can't think of the guy's name, but he was in Office Space. Like they had a whole bunch of Keenan, not Keenan and Kel, but um,
Yeah.
Key and Peele got
Mm-hmm.
cut their teeth. Orlando Jones
Mm-hmm.
was on
Mm-hmm.
there. Artie Lang before he hit rock bottom was like there were heavy hitter funny people on that. Will Sasso was on
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. Yeah.
There were some great ones on
Uh-huh.
Mad TV, but I'm just kind of because it's always fascinating, who makes the SNL roster, who doesn't, um, who gets deployed correctly, because that's also people that get on the show like a Damon Wayans, like Janine Garofalo, it just doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
Robert Downey Jr. was on there for some reason with Anthony Michael Hall, like that doesn't work. Like there's a real hodgepodge of who it. I love it. I've read a couple of books on SNL and
Yeah.
everything, but yeah.
Yeah. It's good stuff, man. Good stuff. So, just had to start with that. We always talking about when you go viral on here. That's just part of the fabric of us being us on here. Because every so often, bam, here go TV, just astronomical tweets.
It usually, like I said, it's just pew, put this off in the universe, going about my day, and now I got people telling me that I don't appreciate SNL. People like, okay, like the whatever, man, whatever.
Yeah. So it's you go from football to basketball, and you got both going at the same time, and it's all this stuff going on, and now football's over and basketball got that long little break from the last game of the year till January 3rd when they start SEC play at Alabama. Got a couple wins over some teams that are known, Indiana and St. John's. Did
Yeah,
that do against Bellarmine, and you know,
it
they,
it it's basically like we said. This team is just going to be a grinded out team.
yes.
I know folks don't want to say this, but it's probably going to be a Tubby Smith type team
Mm-hmm.
where these games are going to be in the 70s, low 80s,
Yeah.
and we're just going to have to defend and grind it out. Like I know that's not as fun as getting up and down and hitting 15 threes, but
Mm-hmm.
you got to figure out what you can do. And as we saw against St. John's, when you got Lowe and JQ playing, I see the vision, right? Like I'm not trying
Mm-hmm.
to make excuses because with or without them, we should not lose by 35 points to
Right.
Gonzaga, right?
Right. Uh-huh.
With or without them, we shouldn't be going on these long stretches of not being able to score. But when they're healthy and they're rolling, okay, I see with the roster construction because particularly against St. John's, it really opened it up
Mm-hmm.
on the offensive side. Jalen Lowe, you need a point guard that can get to his spots and set up teammates. It
Yeah.
sounds simple, it sounds this whole positionless basketball. I don't buy that because you need someone out there that's setting the table for other people. Like,
Mm-hmm.
however, you need that. You and I have had long discussions, many discussions about point guards, right? And just getting to your spot, setting up your teammates. That's a skill.
Mm-hmm.
And when you don't have that elite skill set, it slows everything down. And now it's like night and day because now the spacing is better.
Mm-hmm.
Always able to go into attack mode, right?
Yo.
You've got people playing their more natural positions. So, I think the season's going to be hanging on. Can you keep Lowe healthy?
Man.
That
Yeah.
that's the thing, right?
Because what was it? St. John's, he came in. What was it? Was it Homer Simpson in the bar where he walk in and turn around and walk right out?
Yeah,
And yeah.
yeah,
And that, you think, well, you had the kid, the one kid that's committed. He's in Villanova now. He was supposed to be here. If you've seen some of his footage, he would have helped. Lefty, crafty. He doing his thing. I forget, maybe it's Berkeley's pops that retweeted some
yep,
video of him, and he would have been nice to have. But based on what we went through last year with Lamont and the shoulder, and now here we are in the same thing again. And to not have true point guard depth, you got to try to slide Aberdeen over there, and trying to put Colin Chandler over there, and it just guys that are combo guards, and you're trying to make them point guards. Ugh.
Because the thing is, everybody says you don't need a point guard, but the teams that win championships have point guards. Like that, like they've got people that set people up, right? And so having Lowe healthy, that's going to be the crux of the season.
Yeah.
JQ, yeah, okay, let's rock with that,
man,
because he had old boy for St. John had him in hell, right? And like I talked about this on Round the Shots. It's the easiest way to explain it is the Anthony Davis effect, right? AD got his numbers on the defensive end. But what I'm saying is watch the games and how many times people didn't even attempt shots.
Yeah.
So that's JQ's presence. It's old dude. I can't think of his name. Edie. I can't. Whatever. I need to.
Oh yeah.
But Big East Player of the Year, passing the ball back out.
Yeah.
Get it. Try to make a move. Pass it out. Like I don't know if there's a stat for that or what you would call that, but that to me is watching was like, I don't want any part of this, right? And it goes back to, because again, I think the easiest way is go back and watch some of those AD games. It's people getting into the lane and like looking around. It's and I don't know how you quantify that. That's one of those things of sports where there's no number for that. Shots not attempted, but you know it when you see it. It's one of those. I don't know where he is. Michael Kidd Gilchrist got that double dribble against Kansas in the title game because it's like, oh my, the Kansas shooter like, okay, that to me counts for something, and so that's what JQ's doing. Tip your hat, Brandon Garrison, since his very public chewing out, has responded really, really well. He's made some really, really good plays, and we got Mo Diabate playing well. That's why I'm saying just grind it out, because that is a front line you can do things with. Because you and I have been very hard on BG, but he's showing that he can be that passer, be that rim runner, spread the floor a little bit, because the three isn't bad.
Right.
I'm still of the fact of like that can't be the shot we get with 18 seconds on the shot clock, right? Like that can't be what we're diagramming on but he can hit it, and I think that opens it up for everybody. And now between Mo and JQ on the boards, I like what this team is going to be able to do as far as junking it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Play some defense and rebound the hell out of the ball, and you can do that.
And it's the closer we get to it, it's going to be an angle, because it's going to be Mo D going back to Tuscaloosa to play his old team.
Yeah.
There's going to be media requests. They're going to be asking him about it. BB Tonight going to be doing segments about, same thing when Aberdeen plays Florida. So we saw what happened last year. We played Alabama 3 times, got ran off the court 3 times. So, we couldn't score with them. We couldn't analytics play, shoot for threes and get layups with them. Now you get him physical, beating them up a little bit, like you said, grind it out, impose our will on them. They don't really like to play that style, so you go down there and see what happens here in 10 days or so.
Yeah, and rest up, and I'm excited. because as we've always said, teams got to have their identities. What
Yep.
is it that this team can do? This team grind it out and rebound. I mean, that's the thing. And with the floor space, that opens it up for Owe. It makes things easier for everybody. Uh, particularly going back to St. John's, I love Malachi Moreno. Like the
Mm-hmm.
depth in the front court. Okay, I can rock with that with
Mm-hmm.
Moreno, JQ, BG, and Mo. That's a lot of big bodies, right?
Yeah.
I
Mm-hmm.
like that an awful lot. Uh, I think you get again with spacing, you can give Chandler a little bit more space to get back in his groove.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's going to be playing where they're supposed to play,
Yep.
and I'm excited about that. I don't know what that looks like come SEC play, but I feel better going SEC play than I did 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. And the league isn't as nasty as it was last year. The league is down a little bit. So, we in there fighting just like everybody else, trying to figure it out. Not gonna get 17 teams in the tournament this year, allegedly, based on the way things are looking. Tennessee
Yeah,
had a little stretch, lost 3 in a row. Auburn getting beat up a little bit. All these teams, Florida done took some L's already. Uh, the shooting, it won't be like you said, hitting 15, 23s a game. But if you had that identity of defense, grounded out, that'll travel, that'll be there every night. Then when you get a guy, a Cam Williams that's popping, he
yes,
hit 8 in that. That's a little bit of gravy. Maybe we'll have guys hitting 3 or 4 a game, but he goes off for 8. He's a shooter. That's all we heard coming in. This guy can shoot. This guy can shoot. This guy can shoot. Hadn't seen it, but we saw a couple in transition against St. John's. Again, the point guard set him up. Jalen Lowe dined him up for some catch and
yeah,
shoots. And then that carried over. And we're happy that Kentucky won yesterday. Bellarmine hung around more than I think everybody wanted, but thankfully Mr. Williams kept them from getting even closer because homeboy was locked in, man. He was on
yeah.
fire.
I'm not reading too much in the 2 days before Christmas in the middle of the day
Yeah.
against a local school.
Uh,
I'm not reading too much into that. It was one of those things. Just get the W. I know Pope was playing some different combinations, so just take the win and keep it moving. When we look back at the end of the season, we probably won't think too much about that game. So I wasn't too worried about that uh, at any rate. But yeah, you want guys to start to feel comfortable, and Cam's feeling comfortable.
mm-hmm. You can tell. You can tell. So you get, like you said, get Colin back on his groove. Get Trent hitting because he's passing up shots now. Not there's times where shoot it and he's not shooting. So kind of get guys back, in their roles and in their groove, and we'll see where we end up, man. We'll see where we end
Yeah,
up.
yeah. Like I said, I'm feeling a whole lot better than I was. I Round the shots said, what's the grade you would give the Cats on their non-conference? I'm like, man, that's a C-D+.
Mm-hmm.
I know
Had to.
we ended with 2 wins, but we lost by 35 points to Gonzaga.
Mm-hmm.
We lost to Louisville by the largest margin in 20 years. And people are like, well, it's just 8 points. That is my point. We don't lose to Louisville. Really, not at all, but really
Mm-hmm.
not. It's a buzzer beater, right? It's been
Yeah.
3 points.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The last 10 years, it's been 3 points here, 3 points there, but 8 points. And I know they fought back, but hey, that's not what we do.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not saying I don't like Coach Pope. I'm not saying anything like that. I'm saying that's a C-to D non-conference. It
Yeah,
it
and you had
is.
to had to scrap and claw and climb to get there.
Right, right. Because it
Those
was it
first
was look
4.
it was looking like it was going to be a failure of epic proportions. It's like don't
Mm-hmm.
don't 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 say, well, they turn. Look, they still count. I watched Michigan State. I watched Louisville. I watched North Carolina. I watched
Yeah.
Gonzaga.
Yeah.
That still counts. What we didn't
Mm-hmm.
have, that's not the way it works here. Like it just
Yeah.
isn't.
Mm-hmm.
Now, can they improve on that and get to a B on the year? Yeah. The opportunity is still there. There's going to be
Mm-hmm.
opportunity for some quality wins. I'm not on the boat. Oh, I don't think they'll make the tournament. They'll make the tournament. Like calm down. People
Yeah.
as of right now, yeah, as of right now, they're not a tournament team, and that's
Mm-hmm.
not great. There's
Yeah.
work to be done, right? I'm the
Mm-hmm.
first person to say that, but I'm not ready to write this season off as of yet.
Yeah.
And that's the thing too. Look, man, Patino said it after the St. John's game. All these people ready to get rid of Mark Pope. Blah, blah. Hey, it was warranted. Like
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen some other media folks like, this is what was this basically, is this you? Yeah. When they're getting smoked by 35 points, yes, I can be like, what is going on here?
Mm-hmm.
When they're getting rolled by Michigan State, I'm allowed to say, what is going on here?
Yeah. Yep.
Like, I think that's valid criticism to
Mm-hmm.
me.
Yep.
And, and I still say that it was well within our bounds to be like, is Pope up to the job? I thought that was fair after that stretch.
Uh-huh. That was our thought when he first got hired. Yeah. He hadn't, fair or not, this dude hadn't even won a tournament game.
And,
What? His resume is a little light to
and
be
that
our coach.
and that's the point I tried to make at the time and here recently. Coach Cal had taken UMass and Memphis to the Final Four.
Yeah.
Tubby had Tulsa
Mm-hmm.
and Georgia
Georgia.
in the Sweet
Mm-hmm.
16s. Should have
Mm-hmm.
got the Elite Eight in '96, but
Yeah.
so there
Mm-hmm.
was that. Patino, we know what his resume was before he got on campus. We know what
Mm-hmm.
Eddie Sutton had done at Arkansas.
Mm-hmm.
And Joe B, yeah, you Rups number one. All right. All I was saying was, this is not, and I still say it, this is not a learn as you go job.
Yeah.
It just isn't.
Mm-hmm.
So all that stuff was valid. Does that mean I was rooting for his demise?
Right.
Uh, no, I've never been in that boat.
Yeah.
People that got tired of the previous coach. I've never wanted Kentucky to lose to prove a point.
Mm-hmm.
I've
Mm-hmm.
never been on that. Let's lose so this guy can get out of here, because that's
Yeah.
why am I doing sports then, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I've never been on that. I've just been concerned, like, I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of losses against top ranked teams. That's not how it gets done.
Yeah.
That's all I was
Yeah.
saying, and I'll
Mm-hmm.
stand by that.
Yeah. Yep. 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 So we had our volleyball had a great season and just picked a bad day to have a bad day.
Yes.
And and the first set was there, and when that slipped away, it kind of just evaporated, and then it
Yep.
was just
Probably, follow along with Hunter Mitchell. Uh, Two worst matches of the years happen to be in the Final Four. Now they won one
yeah.
against Wisconsin, uh, down to the fifth set. That was fantastic, and sometimes it's just hard to bounce back. I mean, we've seen that in different Final Fours. We've seen that in, NFC title games, right, where it's just you do all you can in the semifinal, and then you just kind of run out of steam in the final. So,
Mm-hmm.
but tip your hat, like this is the standard.
Yeah.
This is what Kentucky does.
Mm-hmm.
I follow a lot of women's sports writers that cover like the WNBA and women's basketball, and some of these ladies, mostly ladies, were at the volleyball just talking about how good a job that Coach Skinner has done.
Mm-hmm.
And so we need to give him his flowers. We start talking about who deserves the statue, who deserves what. Hey, Coach Skinner, hey.
Yeah, because and they already, I mean, look, it's nonstop. They already got somebody in the portal that they tweeted out,
From,
welcome to a young lady coming into the
from
program today.
from Notre Dame. Yeah, they just
Yeah,
reload and retool and
yeah.
everything. So, uh, yeah, just heartbreaking.
Hmm.
But going out swinging, I take it. I support. I support all those teams.
Yeah. I'm gonna attempt to. I'm bad with the video and the stuff in here. I'm gonna attempt to put up a tweet from Coach Skinner. I think I got it in here ready to go. Let's see. Where he says, "Man, what a ride! This team rejuvenated my fire for coaching and my love for this incredible fan base. Over 38,000 of you came through the turnstiles at HMC, led us to an undefeated home record and a Lexington Regional Championship." So, I mean, it was packed out every game. 38,000 for the home games. That is great, and
Yeah,
just continues to add to the growth. My thing, he said, this team rejuvenated my fire for coaching. Makes me was the fire out? Was it dim? Was he maybe thinking about hanging it up? And this team rejuvenated his fire and love. So if he, based on what he just said, maybe he didn't have the fire. Look, he's been there 20 years. Didn't have that fire and love and still got to the national championship game. Now that he's rejuvenated, I mean, look out.
yeah. I mean, and that's look. You're in the mix, right? Like I
Yeah.
know people. Oh, it goes back to Talladega Nights. If you ain't first, you're last. And
Uh, I've
that's
seen that. I've seen
yeah. There you go. But
that.
yes, you're in the mix. Like that's sometimes that's what happens, right? You don't win them all, but you have to get there to win it. And so that's the discussion in the 49ers fan base. Like, yes, we would have loved to have sealed the deal one of those times against the Chiefs and blah 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 blah. But there's something to be said to get there, right? Like
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of Detroit fans now suddenly realizing what I said, being up 17 points in the NFC Championship game in 2023 might have been the peak.
They had to knock y'all out. They should have knocked y'all out. You know.
And he out here, the coach Campbell going, uh, like he had a couple of times to take the lead from 17 to 20
Mm-hmm.
and gambling on fourth down. Every great comeback, as you know, requires something stupid on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're playing this game, you're gambling like you're going to automatically come back. And my thing is, in the sensible 49ers fans are like, look at the teams that haven't been able to do what we're doing right now. Once you
Yeah.
agree, we'd love to win the Super Bowl,
Mm-hmm.
right? Once you say that, okay, yes, we're all on the same page there. But my thing is, if you're not going to win it, if you're not going to look at the small victories, I enjoy this. I'm
Mm-hmm.
enjoying this run, and I really want them to seal the deal this year. This would be a storybook finish.
Yeah.
All you got to do is win 5 home games. You win 5 home games, you're Super Bowl champions.
Mm. Mm-mm-mm. So yeah, that's right. It's all right there. And they're, to your point, they're in the mix every year. Kentucky volleyball is going to be right back in the mix next
Yeah,
year. You know, based on the moves just tweaking, it's not going to be a complete fall off for 3 or 4 years and have to rebuild. They're going to be right back. Right there with the Texas A&Ms and Nebraskas, and they'll be, and they've earned that. They deserve that too. Uh,
yeah,
my only little, my only little nitpick, and I don't know, I hate to be that guy, but the running the social media, as painful as it is, you got to tweet out that final score because you got to put out that you lost 3-0. Because I've ripped Tennessee for years. Tennessee lost the home game to Georgia State, and they put battling in the third quarter or whatever. Never tweet nothing else. And I clown them and piled on. And hey, is the game over? What happened? Who y'all?
yeah,
Y'all still? What happened to Georgia State? Y'all getting ready to play Florida? They tweeted out down 0-2, and then it was like great season. I'm like, no. You gotta.
it,
And
it,
that's a little quibble But hey, you gotta bite the bullet and go and put that out there, man. I'm
Put
just
it, put it, yeah. Well, it's like the Chargers. This is my bone to pick with the. I almost said San Diego Chargers because I'm an old person. The Chargers social media team is fantastic. They got jokey jokes for everybody. And all I'm saying is if the team was half as good as the social media team, the Chargers might have more than one Super Bowl blowout on their resume.
that's yeah. Because
Because
they do
every
the
year,
Minecraft stuff and all
yeah,
that.
and they always got jokes. They beat you Cowboys, and remember the Cowboys good. Yeah, Grandma, come on. All right, look.
Mm-hmm.
And their schedule releases are all great
Yeah,
and
yeah,
cinematic, and it's
mm-hmm.
fantastic. And the team is doo doo.
Yeah.
Like
Mm-hmm.
so, you'd really like a mixture of the two. You need a solid social media team and a good team.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
that would be great. Like
Mm-hmm.
don't do it like that.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right. Just yeah, a little bit of the social media rub off on the players. Yeah.
Because I love the Niners social media team. After they beat Tennessee, they had a little clip of Denzel. Remember the Titans beating taking care of the Colts. They had horseshoes with the Niners a little bit closer to the pin. I I, I appreciate that. So
Yeah.
I'm really hoping the Niners are able to. Uh, Obviously, I want them to win all the time, but it's setting up. Got the Bears this week, and then end up with
Ooh.
yeah.
Niners fans. I thought y'all was gonna really. I thought, like I said it last week. I said y'all gonna hurt Phillip Rivers. I said y'all gonna hurt that man, but he survived. He made it through to the end of the game. It
But
was a shootout there for a little bit. There was up and down the field.
yeah, then Jair Brown got the fumble on that one kickoff and really kind of changed the game. But then it just got to the point. I was telling the wife, I said, Phillip Rivers is 44. Like all you gotta do is just keep this going. And it was basically, I don't know how much you watch, but he knew where the ball needed to go, but it just couldn't get there.
Mm-hmm.
And the pick six was just a
Yeah.
float. And I was like, he is floating these balls at. I was like, somebody's got to get one because these things, some of them looking like punts. I was like, what do y'all? Some of y'all need to run this back.
Was it 53? I think that's
Yeah,
the linebacker.
D Winters finally got one, but yeah, Phillip Rivers knows everything. Like he's a coach on the field, right? But
Mm-hmm.
he's figured out what we all figure out in our 40s. Your mind knows exactly this is the spot. Your body can't get it
Yeah.
there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you got 5 more years of insurance and got out the house a little bit. So hey.
But the best tweet I had is poor Phillip Rivers going to have all these dads over the Christmas holiday thinking they can go back out there. They're going to be a lot of torn rotator cuffs this weekend. If Phillip Rivers can do it, okay, you are not
Yeah.
Phillip Rivers. 1, 2, yeah, don't be out here throwing that football, guys.
And
It ain't worth it.
that's right. Amanda in the comments we're talking about American football. Go back to Gerard Baker. He was talking about Kentucky basketball. They may have changed the narrative about themselves over the last few weeks, but there's still a lot of work to be done with the Kentucky team. Yeah, they gotta, like Mark Pope in the end of the journey, like St. John's, this is who you are, this is who you are, this is who you are. That identity, that toughness. And it is, they got to lean into that, and they gotta consistently be that, because it's taking a minute for them to figure that out. Now they gotta stay leaned into it, because if they lean out of it a few times, they'll get popped upside the head again and be taking some L's.
Absolutely. I'm not saying they're going to go undefeated, but I feel better about where they're positioned than they were 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those things. Winning cures all, right? Like winning cures everything. You ain't got to be friends and love your teammates, but everybody got a job to do. So
yeah. Mm-hmm. And the guy you said, flashing back, Mad TV, there was an Office Space. It was the Michael Bolton dude was
Michael Bolton,
was on Mad TV. So there's that. And I've seen Office Space, so believe that or not, I have seen that one. And going back to Talladega Nights, is that the one? Yeah. Talladega Night. when the dad is in there, they at Applebee's, and he shows out about his order. And
Yeah.
everybody having so much fun. It's
Yeah.
going so well, and he's not happy unless he's fussing about that. So you put onions
Yeah.
on my steak, and he get himself kicked out the restaurant.
Come on, darling. Yeah. I do love some Talladega
Oh
Nights.
man, he just can't let it be nice. He got to
Yeah.
act the fool in there, man, and
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah, but the thing is, if you're not first, you're last.
Oh,
Like I want to win championships for my teams as much as the next person, but you can see and you can enjoy things along the way.
mm-hmm.
You
Yeah,
know that's been my thing. With the Niners, okay, I want the Super Bowl, but if we can beat the Cowboys and the Packers on the way, that's great.
yeah.
Like that, like I know there's a lot of Packers fans in the Big Blue Nation, and
Yeah.
I've had folks accuse me of being a late to the party Niners fan. I'm like, are you
Mm.
T Brown underscore 80? The 80s for Jerry Rice. What are we doing here? Like,
Yeah.
come on now. Like, you're just doing this. No, I'm a diehard Niners fan.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I'm like, how do you follow me and not know? Like, I tweet about the Niners a lot during football
Yeah.
season. What are you
Mm-hmm.
talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you just bandwagon. Look, those teams, the Niners and the Lakers, yes, they were both good in the 80s when I grew up. That was 40 years ago. That's not bandwagon.
Yeah.
Like, I
Yeah.
did not get on the Lakers bandwagon when LeBron showed up. Right.
Right.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
not on the Niners bandwagon because Purdy showed up or Kittle showed up. Like I've been through some bad teams with those teams. Like, come on now, give me a
Yeah.
little bit of credit.
That's it. My buddy down here, Ryan, he's a little bit older than us. He's 53, so he's born in 72. His favorite teams: Steelers, Celtics, and Phillies. And so when we get to talking about it, I said, "Do you just pick everybody that won a championship when you're like 7 is who you rock with?" He's like, "Yeah, yeah." So Pittsburgh won like their 4th one.
Yeah,
Mike Schmidt and the Phillies, and then the Celtics got one in 70. So that's been it. And now 45 years later, hey, that's still his team, but that's they was winning when he was
I've,
7.
I've made no. I've not run away from that. Yes, look who was good when I was little, and it was the Lakers and the Niners. Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes. Like I've not backed away from that, but I've not hopped off either.
Yeah. Yeah.
But which is why I say I knew what I was doing way back when, which is why I got on the Expos bandwagon. Because I'm like, I can't get on the, whoever it was in the '80s. Like I no, I can't just hop on one of those. Like, let me do something way different. Let me just the most obscure baseball team, and that's what we'll rock with. And then they started being good.
Yeah.
Like that's the great. Then they started doing pretty good. So
Yeah.
no, I was like, I can't be like a WGN Cubs fan or a TBS Braves fan. Not knocking that. Like I understand that's how those fan bases are. But I was like, let me be something obscure. So yeah, I've not run from it. Like, haha, you bandwagon. I'm like, yeah. But that was 40 years ago. But okay.
Yeah.
And that's my thing. It's like because I show that picture of me in like 1990 in my Lakers shirt. If you were born after this, you can't call me a bandwagon fan because, as far as you know, I've been a fan your whole life. Like that's not bandwagoning.
Yo.
Anyway,
and you mentioned teams that, like the Lions, that may have peaked at the NFC Championship game, and it makes me immediately think back to, again, they lost to your Niners in the Super Bowl, but Dan Marino got there. And we were like 5 or 6 years old. It was his rookie year, 2nd year, and he's gonna make many trips to the Super Bowl. Never made it back.
And that's the thing is when I look at the Niners right now, more playoff wins than anybody else that hasn't won in the last 10 years. Like, yeah, it's absolutely frustrating. And for some reason, Niners fans are sharing highlights of the 3 Super Bowl losses. I'm like, why are y'all doing this? Like, why are you doing this? I don't need to see Jimmy G overthrow Sanders on 3rd and long. I don't need to see that again. But keeping that window open, there's something to be said for that. Because for a lot of teams, I'm looking at you, Bengals. Like, You get there, and it doesn't look like you won't get back. It doesn't look like that. I'm gonna put that out there on the Bengals. It doesn't look like you're gonna get back.
And because y'all still maybe in the mix to snag Joe Burrow. Is that still on the table, or is that just
I don't
going?
know. Hey, Purdy playing really good ball. I mean, it would
Mm-hmm.
take a lot uh, to get that done. Purdy's better than people think. It's one of those things. It's whatever our first impressions of folks are. It sticks. Like there's nothing Jalen Hurts can do to get people to say he's a good quarterback.
Yeah.
You know, Purdy being the last pick. You know, he leads in efficiency and all this. Everything he's done since he started playing, but people aren't going to see it. Those bad games get highlighted more than the good games. Purdy's whole thing is his stinker games are usually primetime games.
Mm.
There was the 4 or 5 interception game against the Ravens a couple years ago. Of course, 3 interceptions against um, Carolina a couple weeks ago on Sunday Night Football. It just all his stinker games are on TV.
And y'all still won that one, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So, but his good games are on TV as well,
Mm-hmm. Mm.
and people won't give him any kind of anything. And he had the most efficient quarterback game of the year with a bunch of dudes without a wide receiver 1 or wide receiver 2.
Hey,
Like,
that's pretty good.
yeah, and again, I'm gonna keep saying it. Everybody's got a theory on how their quarterbacks will do in the playoffs. I feel like Justin Herbert can do this. I think Lamar
Mm-hmm.
Jackson can do this. I think Dak Prescott can do this.
Yeah.
It's all hypothetical. I think Jordan Love. And that's where the Packers fans cracking jokes on Purdy. I'm like, wait a minute now. I remember 2 years ago, Jordan Love played the San Francisco 49ers in the playoffs and threw his last 2 passes were interceptions to seal the game.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen your guy in the playoffs not get it done. I've seen my guy get it done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
Yeah. I wish my team was in the playoffs. So I mean, that's where I'm at right now. I love it. And look, when you got top 5 offense and a bottom 5 defense, you're gonna be in the middle of the pack. You're gonna be whatever 6-8-1. Even if that tie was a win, we'd be 7-8 on the outside looking in.
yeah,
And there's times where Dak hadn't gotten it done. This year, we wasted Dak. You had Pickens, and even without CeeDee Lamb for a few games, the offense pretty much hummed every game. There was a little dip, but you just wasted probably his best season in a while. And what you got to show for it, man? Just defense is just getting torched left and right. Eberflus has been on our hot seat. If you watch Cowboys Twitter, this dude we got to get him up out of here because this ain't it if we trying to stop anybody. And
the Niners defense, not great, like last in interceptions, last in sacks, but they're getting it done. I have no idea how they're getting done, but it's going to look different when you lose Bosa. It's going to look different when you then lose Fred.
Mm-hmm.
Like you lose 2 All-Pros, it's going to look different. And I don't know how we're getting it done. A lot of people are like, oh, I don't know. They just make plays, man.
Yeah.
So 5 home wins. Let's get it rock and rolling, baby.
That's it. So, man, anything else you want to jump in here with before we hop off of this little quick episode?
No, happy holidays. We appreciate everybody tuning in when they watch us, and heading into year 14. And yeah, just take care of yourself. Take care of each other.
Sounds good, man.
I got that from Jerry Springer. That was Springer's thoughts.
What was this? What was his closing? My closing moment. Closing.
Yeah, his closing thoughts. Yeah.
Yeah. Something like that.
Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Something like that.
Absolutely. So, with that, man, we'll hop over here. Go Cats. Enjoy your time off. Hope they enjoy their time off, and be a lot of practice and a lot of leaning into this defense and toughness. And we'll see what happens with these NFL playoffs shaping up. College football playoff. Just message Carrie Lewis, see if she can hop on with us next week for another little quick one. So if it works for her schedule, we'll talk a little college football and keep doing what we do, y'all. Appreciate BS3 Network for letting us be on here. It's on YouTube, it's on Spotify, it's on Apple Podcasts too. Go in there and give us a little 5 stars and a little rating. I'll tweet out the link and y'all can do that. We'd appreciate it.
Holly Jolly time.
Hey, that's it. So for TB and the new author on how to tweak excellence.
That's right. That's right.
We'll be back next week on Cast Talk Wednesday, y'all. Take care. We'll see y'all later.